Welcome back, guys. Episode 110. We've done 2 weeks in a actually 2 episodes in a row, not 2 weeks in a row. We're doing 2 episodes a week. Fuck it. All right, let's get the ball rolling. I'm tired of this lazy shit. I wanna start just podcasting nonstop. Speaking about lazy shit, I don't know. I let myself go a little bit. I fucked up. Gained about 20-something pounds. I'm at about 220 something right now. And you don't know what's happening. And it's kind of like it just kept on going and kept on going, and then I stay busy. I'm always at the gym. I'm always there. I'm constantly going somewhere every weekend for fights, for gym stuff. But I it was a matter of what I fought in August. And since then, it's been downwards for me. It's not like mentally I'm happy. Mentally, me and my family are doing great. My mental, like, I'm doing great. Like, I'm having fun. I'm doing everything. But I don't know. My eating shit. My workout regimen is shit. And I need to get back at it. So I interviewed. Speaking about losing weight, I interviewed George Harris, someone that was 450 pounds and lost the total of 228 pounds so far. And I don't know. After interviewing the fighter that was the underdog, and now interviewing George, I need to get back at it. So I'm going to compete in jiu-jitsu match January 8th. January 8th, I'm going to compete. And my goal is to compete at 195. So right now, that's about 27 pounds that I got to lose. About 27 pounds I got to lose. Okay, so from now until January 8th, I need to kick my ass. Maybe I just always need to compete in something. But I don't want to do that. I want to be able to be disciplined enough in my life to just live a healthy lifestyle. It was always I needed to compete. I've been doing it since 13, was worrying about my weight. Like 13, so football, you had to be a certain weight. And you're always, like, I remember my mom and dad making me diet to get to 180. All right, I stopped growing when I was 13. Like, I hit my peak. So everybody thought I was going to be like 6'4". And they're like, so they thought they put me at offensive line. Should have been more of like a running back. But I was so much bigger than kids at 13 and 14 that everybody thought I was going to be 6'4". My mom even bought me 13 size shoes, which is stupid because they're huge. And she just didn't want to pay she bought me like Jordans and stuff in 13 size shoes. And she didn't want to pay for the expensive. She didn't want to pay for more shoes, right? As I got older, I never hit that 13 size. I'm like 11 and a half. And so just imagine walking around with 13 size shoes and just like looking like a clown. Well, yeah. So I don't know. After interviewing those two people, I need to get back on it. I'm slacking. I don't want to be that coach or dad or husband that's just out of shape slob. I don't want to be that. That's shitty. And these two men, Ethan Hughes and George Harris, that I just interviewed, like, they inspired me. And they didn't really inspire me. They made me feel like shit. That's like, they made me feel like you fucking dumbass, get your ass to work, And I need to get at it. So January 8th, guys, I'll be competing in a jiu-jitsu match, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Compete in something, and then let's see if I could be healthy. See if I can eat healthy. I got a whole freezer full of I bought a quart. Right now we have like a half a cow in our freezer. So I have all the meat. I have like just to eat clean, right? More vegetables. I need to stop eating like a fucking knucklehead. Mm. Yeah. But yeah, got that off my chest. Yeah, guys. But today's guest is George Harris. He was a man that was 450 pounds and was always listening to podcasts, and he finally got the courage to start losing weight, and he put a submission into the King and the Sting. And that's where I found him. That's where I seen him. Like, he was on King and the Sting, and I routinely watch King and the Sting once a week. I mean, I consider it my like time to like zone out, you know? And they had a guy sent a video in from a hospital bed when he got the surgery. Uh, Fuck, I forgot what it's called when they make the stomach smaller. But yeah, he called in and sent the video in, and ever since then they said if you lose weight, we'll have you on again. And then like they stayed with this story of this young man that was losing weight, and then they brought him in to wrestle Bobby Lee's brother, Stevie Lee, and then he's going on. They made a video of him being in a luxurious hotel, like, and just they showed this very positive guy, and that was the one thing that stood out to me was that he was super positive. So I reached out to him, and I needed to hear from him, and sure enough, dude's an awesome kid. Awesome, I mean not awesome kid. He's like 20-something years old. Awesome man, and it was good to hear from him. Very positive, very positive. But it just I don't know. I'm trying to bring more people to light. And for the small little listeners that I have that listen and trying to show like, yeah, there are good people out here, and it doesn't matter where you're at in life. Like, going after your passion and being inspired doesn't mean that you have to be rich or you have all this money or you have a good house. Like Ethan was saying that the man that we interviewed before George, Ethan, the fighter, I mean, the guy lives in a small town and he works at a retail store. And it just, you don't have to have everything in the world. To inspire people, you just need to go after what you want, right? Success or failure. I mean, they're about to make a movie about Kurt Warner. And we'll find out if it was, we don't really know if it like how long he was. Kurt Warner was a quarterback for the Rams in the early 2000s. And this guy wasn't on any NFL scout radar. He was working for, he was packaging groceries at the checkout at a grocery store. I mean, he went from that to being a quarterback. In the same year, he went from that to being a quarterback in the NFL and then winning the Super Bowl. You never know where your life's going to take you. It's shitty because sometimes we just sit in our heads. We're in our heads and we tell ourselves, like, oh, you're going nowhere. And this is just coming from me. I don't know how you guys think, but like sometimes I'll just be in my room, and when I'm ending the day, it's like, you didn't do enough. You're doing horrible. Like, I'm constantly telling myself, you're doing horrible. Then my wife has to tell me, like, I gotta stop saying like, but my wife has to tell me and remind me where I came from, what I'm doing, the progression I've made. It's hard to see the progression. It's hard to see that. And then it's hard to see the opportunities we have. People give us opportunities and we kind of just like push them aside. We're too scared to take that leap. We got to take that leap. If you don't, then your life will pass you by. But it's Thanksgiving, guys, and there's a lot for me to be thankful for. Gratitude, being thankful for like the position that I'm in. Couldn't thank Strike Fitness enough. I'm part of a thing where I'm an assistant coach. I'm leading the MMA program. I'm cornering fighters. I never thought I'd be in this position, you know? And it's fun. I couldn't thank Ben Hudson, Tia Hudson, and Amber Pope enough. I'm very thankful for that. And coach showed me the schedule for next year, and it's stressing me the hell out because there's nonstop. It's fights, 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 nonstop fights for people, and it's gonna be fun. We got jiu-jitsu matches. We're gonna put jiu-jitsu matches on the schedule. We're gonna put PKBs on the point kickboxing on the schedule. Muay Thai fights on the schedule. MMA fights, Muay Thai tournaments. Like it's just nonstop, and we're growing as a gym, and it's fun. And then I'm thankful for my family. I couldn't do this without them. You guys don't understand like how crazy it is to say, "Hey, babe, I'm gonna quit my job." And almost 3 years later, yeah, 3 years later, and look where we're at. We're still doing the damn thing. You know, and we're in our daughter's lives. We come home to our daughter every day. There are times when I used to work for FedEx that we could be coming home at like 7:30, 8:30. Now there's someone to take her to school every day. If it's me or my wife, it's someone to take her to school every day. Before it was always my sister, and my sister can't fucking drive, so it'd be fucking shitting bricks every time my sister took her to school. True story. She got in an accident when she was taking my daughter to school, and she hit the person, and then she freaked out and backed up and hit the person behind her. She got in 2 accidents in a matter of 2 minutes, probably seconds. But yes, we're not the richest family in the world, but being there for our daughter, flexible schedules, and my wife started working part time at Ross, and like two days a week, and she's working at the gym, and it's like one, I don't want her to work at Ross. Uh, I think she's the reason why, not because I think it's a bad job or anything. It's pointless because she's doing so good in her small business right now. Like she's selling online, she's progressing, right? And sometimes we forget that we're progressing and we get frustrated, but she is. She's starting to go to sell at different pop-up events, and she's starting to sell more online, starting to sell more in person. Like it's growing, and it's not at a fast pace, but it's growing. And sometimes like it was partly my fault why she got the job at Ross. So let me tell you guys, me being the fucking asshole, you guys. And if you guys decide to get married, you're always the asshole. You're never right, never right. I mean, there are times when you feel like you left the conversation or the argument feeling like you're right, but then you find out later like that you're wrong, if that makes any sense at all. But I was trying to push her, trying to get her motivated to really push at it for her business. And we ended up getting into a fight, and it went from small talk, like me trying to push her, to her saying like something, and me saying something, and it just eventually got into a fight, right? When we fought. Um my wife made me say it, not physical. No, we were yelling at each other. And I said, see, this is the thing. She takes one thing that I say. The whole argument was about her pushing for her business, about her being motivated to do her business. But she takes this. This is the reason why she's working at Ross. This is the only thing. We fought for about like an hour, and this is the only thing she took out of it. I told her, well, if you're not going to do that, you need to go get a job. And like, I said it out of anger. I said it out of anger. I said it out of anger. What I should have said and calmly said, you need to start pushing. You need to get up. You need to start pushing for your business. I kind of said that in the beginning, but I guess I didn't say it nice enough. There's no nice way to say it. There's no nice way to say, hey, you guys need to start pushing. Like when people tell me like, hey Jesse, you need to start getting active again. They're not nice about it. They're not gonna tell me, hey Jesse, you're getting fatter. You need to get up and start working out. No, it's not how it should be. It shouldn't be like that. And you can tell like anybody that gets after it, like they're not gonna be fucking nice guy around you or nice woman around you. They're gonna fucking push you. And when it comes to marriage, like if my wife wasn't on me, if my wife wasn't on me, like pushing me, and she's not nice about it, and I wouldn't be at where I am right now, right? And it's just hard for her to be on that other side of me telling her and pushing her, right? If you're in your marriage and you guys never fight about like moving forward, or if you never fight about, if you just never argue, that's just weird shit. That means you're in the honeymoon phase and you're just like, I don't know. You got to push each other. It's your partner. It's not only your wife or your spouse or your person that you sleep with or someone that makes you happy. It's your partner. Like you guys are partners in this. You guys sign a paper saying that you guys are going to live with each other for years, forever, and be there for each other. And being there is not always being a Mr. Nice Guy or Mrs. Nice Guy, Mrs. Nice Woman. So I don't know. I don't know how I got onto that, but I didn't wasn't nice about it. I told her if she's not gonna push for her job or her business, then she has to go get a job. Guess what she did? She went to go get a job. And does she throw it in my face every time I bring it up that she doesn't need to work there? Yes. But yes. That yeah. But so but she does have a I want her like I it'd be wonderful if she worked at Starbucks. And the manager wants her to work there. From what I see, like the manager's like, I need to interview. I need you to interview. Obviously, she wants to hire my wife. And I need her to work at Starbucks, even if it's 1 or 2 times a day, because I drink coffee nonstop. Like right after this, I'm going to go run and I'm going to go get a coffee. Simple as that. So, but yeah. But I'm thankful for that. And then I'm thankful for my daughter. You guys, I'm just saying what I'm thankful for today. Jesus. I'm thankful for my daughter. My daughter's doing excellent in school. She's a very, very bright young lady. Okay, she's just starting to get into those teen years, and we got to start talking about college next year. And the future's bright. I remember being her age, and I was partying, all F's in school. Like I was a bad kid, and to see the way she deals with stuff is awesome. Being organized and all that stuff. So she's a bright young human. But yeah, thankful for a lot of things, guys, and hopefully you guys are too. And if you guys are not, and you guys are in shitty circumstances, just get up and start doing something. Get up and go help somebody. You guys enjoy your Thanksgiving. Enjoy the interview with George Harris. Hopefully it does inspire some people. And thank you, George, for doing this. And you guys, don't forget, if you guys need a holiday gift, my wife does have a small business. She has Lucha Libre stockings, right? She not only does she do these, but she does any design that you want. She makes she does and like anything that you like, any small gift for crafting. She'll sew stuff. She can make cups. Like I'll I'll put up what she can make. Okay, that was a horrible way to describe it. But not only does she do these stockings, right? She does custom ornaments. She does custom like bags. She can embroider hats, like anything you name it, she makes, right? And if you guys need anything custom, just let her know. She could do mail orders. She could do it in person, and she'll be at different events too. But yeah, my daughter's looking at me all crazy because I did a horrible job of plugging her. But also, guys, Adaptive Sessions, go check him out. Diego is a pad holder, kettlebell holder, a kettlebell instructor, and overall just awesome martial arts dude that's helped me through all this whole thing. Go check him out. I love you guys. Have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy the episode with George Harris, not George Lucas. I wish I had George Lucas on, but George Harris is awesome too. It's Star Wars. But love you guys. Peace. When you first started gaining weight, how did it all start? Like, I know for me, my family was kind of overweight too, and a lot of it had to do with fast food. And how did you end up in the position you were in?
Okay, so when I was born, my mom had gestational diabetes, which is when you're pregnant and you get diabetes, basically. So I was born like very overweight. I was like 11 pounds, 6 ounces, which isn't like crazy overweight, but it's a big ass baby, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So ever since then, I just was on like a steady incline throughout all of my childhood into being morbidly obese. And it stopped being cute when I stopped being cute. So
yeah, I barely realized that because I was a 10-pound baby, and I thought 10 pounds was normal. My wife had to tell me that that's a huge ass baby. So it was just the incline from there, and you kind of just you were overweight your whole entire life.
Yeah, I got both of my parents are obese and multiple members of my family. It was more common to see that than anything else growing up. That was just the normal.
Yeah. And take me to the first day where you just decided, you know what? I want to start losing weight.
Okay, so it was my 21st birthday. It was right when Corona happened. So the lockdown hit. You couldn't leave the house. I was just fat and sad and sitting around and being depressed. And I was watching a lot of podcasts because there wasn't much else to do. There's UFC and podcasts. So thank God for that stuff. So I started, at the time, Brendan had a guy named Mike Catherwood on, who was a big fitness guy. And Brendan was going through a real hard time in his life. And watching them talk about, also being in a dark place and using like working out and health to help, I don't know, it just really inspired me. I was like, these people that I sit and watch for hours on end a day are going through the same exact stuff I'm going through and wanting to change it in the same way that I am pretty sure I knew I could do. You know what I mean?
And what was the first steps into the weight loss journey?
So the very first step is calorie deficit. So I went to about 1,800 calories a day. It's a very easy start. You don't got to change too much. You just eat a little less and you pay attention. So I went from about 1,800 to about 16 to 1,400. I went from there to cutting out all my carbs and all my sugars. So I had that many calories, better calories per day. And then I went from there into strict keto with my strict guidelines of at least 60 grams of protein a day, 3 meals a day. And your meals are like 4 ounces of meat, greens, just all measured out real well.
That's awesome. And because you went from not really having the knowledge of the weight loss to, was it a right away switch? Was it just like one day you were, okay, I'm not going to want to lose weight, and then one day you just decided okay, 1,800 calories? Or was it a long process?
Like I attempted trying to lose weight multiple times before, like most fat people, I'm going to guess. I don't know. It literally, I was so sad and depressed that I told myself I can't fold. I got to
Mhm.
do this. And I just stuck to it. So like the same strict, like I'm allergic to like shellfish. I would look at that unhealthy food like I will die if I eat that. I'm going to explode. I can't eat that.
Yeah, yeah. And how did it feel being? I'm guessing it didn't feel good, but did it feel like you were like? How did it feel being 450 400? I think you said 460 pounds.
451.
We have 451. How did it like? Now you've lost a whole person,
Yeah.
right? Like a whole adult male, like basically. So how did that feel like with that extra luggage on? Like, were you able to get out of bed? Like, what was your normal day be like when you were that big?
I mean, I'm gonna guess compared to most 450 pounders that I was fairly agile. Like I could still I could still like once in a while go play with like ultimate frisbee with the friends or something, or go
Yeah,
do a little something. It's just I dreaded it so much, and it was like a mental barrier to overcome. Like, oh, I don't want to go on a walk with my friends because I know halfway through I'm gonna fucking be miserable. So like it opened up so many more opportunities to just be comfortable and just not like not have any obstacles, just not have to. I don't know. It's just like you don't got to worry about it no more.
yeah, that's awesome. And growing up, I was the fat kid in schools, but so they would always put me in goalie. So when we play sports, I'd always be goalie because I took over like the whole goal. I was big,
Yeah,
like
me
as big.
too.
So no, so you end up starting the weight loss journey, and when did you start adding? I seen there's some pictures you post on Instagram of you wrestling. You had the mats on the ground, or you starting to work out. When did the workout regimen go into play?
So the very first workout that got me into doing any exercise was just straight boxing. Just get a heavy bag, get some boxing gloves, and go at it. You know, it's not too difficult. You know, you can press as hard, you can go as crazy or as lackluster as you would like. You can practice different stuff. But I started with that 1 day a week, and I did that probably until like January of this year. And then my friends really encouraged me to start weight training too. So Monday through Friday is our weight training days. And then Sunday is our cardio day that we box, we do the rowing machine. And then I've been slacking with wrestling recently since I got beat by Steve. I ain't gonna lie. But we also do wrestling too.
That's awesome. So you just threw yourself into it.
Yeah, I mean it helps to have I have two friends that work out with me every single day, and they are into a lot of the same stuff I am. Like my buddy Hunter, he went to state for wrestling here in Illinois. So he has a good knowledge basis. I have none. But like we both love it, you know what I mean? So he doesn't mind fucking me up and I don't mind getting fucked up.
And George, the one thing I noticed, and I think that shows in the podcast that on King and the Sting, and then the videos that they posted of you, was your positivity. Like, were you always this positive, even when you were bigger, or is this something that changed over time?
I've always been like publicly positive, if that makes sense. When I was
Yes.
big, I had a lot of mental health issues like depression and anxiety and stuff, which I feel like a lot of them people face, especially a lot of young people. And it doesn't help having 200 and some extra pounds of weight on your chest. So, um, so in closed doors, I had my days of hardships, but publicly, I've always tried to be very kind and happy and just positive because I don't know. My mom, she taught me ever since I was younger that there's some people that you meet that's the only positivity that they'll have in their whole entire day. That one little time might make them smile. Might be the only time they might have to go home and get their ass beat by their family every day. You don't know that. So you just try to, anytime you're there, you just try to make it all like, I don't know, you try to make it the best.
Yeah. And I think everybody should think like that. I think a lot more people I think a lot more people would be nicer if they thought like you. But that's
Yeah.
awesome. And then tell me about you, because King of the Sting's a pretty big podcast, right? I mean, it's a really big
Mhm.
podcast. And tell me about you putting in the submission. Was there multiple submissions that you put in, or was that the first one?
So the first submissions I ever put in was for Bad Friends, which is Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino's podcast.
Yeah.
And their producer, Jenna Sunday, for Christmas during my weight journey, someone bought me a podcast shirt that was like a black market one, like one of the fake ones. Don't buy those. But I was just so big that they didn't make them in my size. So for a Christmas gift, I got one, and I took a photo of it and I sent it in. I said, "Hey, I'm so sorry that it's a fake shirt, but it's just I'm trying to lose weight right now. My buddy sent me this fake shirt, blah blah blah." And Jenna Sunday thought it was really cool and inspirational, so she shared a couple of my videos on Bad Friends. And then right after my surgery, I was planning on sending in a King and the Sting, but I wanted to have like a good reason. I couldn't just be like trying to lose weight, because that doesn't really prove anything at that point, you know? So after I got my surgery, I'm all doped up on pills. I'm laying in bed. I'm like, I'm gonna send him a fucking King and the Sting. I'm like, I got no shirt on. I'm like half tired. My hair's all messed
Yeah,
up.
I remember.
But yeah, I don't know. I wanted to wait till I had a real good reason for King the Sting, because
Yeah,
that was like my number one favorite podcast of them all.
yeah. And it's crazy because growing up, radio, they would do the contest, like call in and you get tickets, right? And podcasting is now it's changed, right? So
Yeah.
growing, like, I remember that feeling when I called into a radio station and I won front row tickets and a guitar to a and going to the concert and all that stuff. Was it that same feeling? Were you that excited, or what how did it feel like when you finally got submitted?
I like at very first, so King and the Sting, when they record the episodes, they'll post on their Instagram stories like the polls, like King or Sting it, whatever the fucking thing is.
Yeah.
So I saw that it said BMI surgery. So I'm like, oh, that gotta be me. There's no one else.
Yeah, there's no one else. Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
awesome.
it was like that totally.
Awesome. So after you going on the show, and there's a cool video that they posted of you in the and one of the music videos, which is it's awesome. It's hilarious and awesome, right? And so after everything that's been going on, what's next for you? What's the next goal?
um, well, body wise, it's to convert my 223 either lower and more slim, or turn this into something more bulky and filled out. I
Mm.
don't know 100%. I'm just kind of going with the flow right now. I'm trying to not stress too much about it. I'm just kind of seeing where my body's taking me, because I feel like I jumped really far ahead I lost a lot of weight. Like I'm already
Yeah.
at my goal weight that my doctor set for me to be at 6 months from now. So, I mean, that's not a bad thing,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know exactly. I feel like if I do want to slim down, 205 is a great area to be in, especially with my extra skin I still have, because then if I got that removed, it would be even lower. But if I'm at 220 and I stay here, I'm happy. I'm very proud of what I look like and how far I came, but I would like to put on more muscle in certain areas.
That's awesome. And do you have anybody helping you out? I mean, you said you had the your doctor too, but do you have anybody, like, do you go to a gym other than your friend's garage, or the I forgot where you said that you were training at.
No, my buddy's basement, that's the only gym I go to. My
Yeah.
doctor, he helps me with the diet and blood work and keeping an eye on that stuff. I do have one fan from the King and the Sting that reached out to me, and he's kind of helping me make meal plans and stuff for
Yeah.
averaging out my weight versus like jumping from having no carbs into throwing random shit in there, you know?
That's awesome. And what other? I mean, now that you got this new body, I mean, you lost a whole person. Like, what kind of goals do you want in life now? Like, where do you see yourself at in 10 years?
Oh man.
I know
I
that's a
don't
big question.
I know.
That
Right?
was loaded. That was a loaded question.
I don't know. I just know wherever it is, I just want to be happy. Whatever I'm doing.
Yeah,
I don't have a specific place that I'd like to be. Like I do have some stuff that like I'm really trying to write comedy right now, and I
that's
want to
awesome.
start going to open mics and stuff locally. But that's a pipe. That could be a pipe dream. That could be anything. It just depends how much determination I'm willing to put into it.
Well,
So
I mean, you probably learned from losing all that weight. I mean, it just takes just doing, right? It just takes just
yeah,
going after it, right? I think
every day.
you could do anything. You losing a whole person, you could do anything you want in life, right? And it's exactly why I started this podcast, is just to show people like you and other people that I've had on. So, and then anybody that's like going through it, or maybe that's obese and overweight, like what's some advice that you would give them?
If there's anything important about wanting to change and get a healthier lifestyle, step one is just doing it. You just got to start, and it's going to suck. And it might not suck for that lone day, but maybe doing it for a week straight, a month straight, 3 months straight, 6 months, a year straight. Maybe doing that sucks a lot. But I mean, as long as you know you can do it every single day, just try to repeat it tomorrow. If you
Yeah,
can do it till the end of the day, just try to do it again tomorrow.
that's awesome. And are you a fan of Kill Tony? Do you watch Kill Tony at all?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Kill Tony.
Did you watch the latest one?
No, which one was the latest one?
It just came out, I think yesterday, but they had two guys
Oh,
that he's trying to get to lose weight, and the guy gained weight.
that's fucked.
And did you have any bumps in the road when you were losing the weight?
Really? Beside, so when losing weight with me, there's times that I plateaued. So there might be 5 or 6, 7 days that I didn't lose 1 or 2 pounds. And that's okay because your body naturally will adjust. I might weigh myself the next day and it's 4 pounds down. And I'm like, well, where did that go? I
Hmm.
don't know. My body knows though.
And what's your favorite cheat meal? Like, is there anything that you still cheat on?
I I seriously have not cheated on my
That's
diet.
that's freaking awesome.
Even Brandon Schaub took me out to expensive, fancy restaurants, and I got fucking egg whites and turkey.
That's
Come on, come on.
yeah. And what are you gonna eat for Thanksgiving tomorrow?
Probably just a lot of turkey breast, a lot of protein.
And then one of the final questions: what are you most thankful for this year?
Honestly, it's probably this shit. Like I've been able to be introduced into so many people's eyes when I felt like a failure for so long.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I feel like I'm starting to become something bigger than myself, even at my biggest.
Dude, that's freaking amazing. And coming from somebody that I I started off like my journey. I didn't change my life till I was like 28, and I was really overweight too. Not as much as you, but just drinking more, like really down and out in my life. And that switch, it just happens when you just want to take your life over, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I think with the help of the King of the Sting, and then you doing it on your own, I think you're right at the cusp of like your whole life just changing forever. And like not only do you change your life, but anybody in your family around you and after you, right? Like you're literally changing your family tree with what you're doing. It's crazy, right? Because like I mean, I grew up with some of my family members were drug addicts. My grandpa was a drug addict, and it just you just I don't know, it just doesn't change. You go family after family, it just doesn't change, and then finally someone just breaks it. And I think you're one of those people that are gonna really get after it in life and change everybody's lives.
Well, I appreciate that very much.
All right, man. I just want to say thank you for doing this. Happy Thanksgiving. George, you're an inspiration to everybody. Are there any last words you want to give the listeners?
Um, really, just have a nice holidays. If you guys need anything, any diet help, any inspiration, just follow my social media and just DM me, and I'll try my best to respond.
And where's that social media at? Well, what's
So
the
it's all,
your social medias?
all lowercase. George Harris 48 on Instagram.
Okay. And
I
then
don't use my Twitter so much, so I don't really promote that too much.
yeah, I don't use Twitter either.
Yeah.
But thank you, George. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Bubba.